Any comfortable seated posture. Shoulders relaxed, elbows by the sides of your body. Palms facing up. Eyes softly closed. 3 deep breaths. After consciously taking 3 deep breaths, simply allow the breath, normal breaths, and be conscious of normal breaths. You can pick the part of your body where you feel your breath the most. Could be your abdomen, chest, throat, nostrils. Wherever you're comfortable, rest your awareness on that part of the body and allow the breaths to come and go. The luxury that we have to comfortably breathe. The fortune that we have to be able to breathe. The simple joy that we can have with normal breathing. Palms to the heart center. Namaskaram mudra. May this practice be for the benefit of all. Chin to the chest. Gently opening your eyes. Inhaling, taking the arms by the side, pressing the palms, looking up. Exhaling, palms coming down, looking down. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Inhaling, stretching your throat just a bit more. Exhaling, stretching the back of your neck. One last round. Inhaling, exhale, release. Come up to standing. Today we'll approach few forward bending postures. We'll warm up a bit and approach few forward bending postures. Feet hip width apart, arms up, interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Inhaling, come up onto the toes. Exhaling, heels down. 4 more rounds. After completing 5 rounds total, release your arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up, interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Inhaling center, exhaling, bending sideways toward your right wall, side bend toward the right wall. Inhaling center, exhaling, bending sideways toward the left wall. Inhaling center. 4 more rounds. Feel the stretch on the left side of the body. The upper wrist can go further. Stretch the upper wrist just a bit more to feel more stretch. After completing 5 rounds, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up to the sides, palms facing down. Bending at the wrists, fingers pointing up. Relax the shoulders. Inhale center, exhaling, twisting to the right. As much as you can, turn your head and look past the right shoulder. Inhaling center. Next exhalation, twisting to the left. As best as you can. Inhaling center. 4 more rounds. After completing 5 rounds, release arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Separate your feet just a bit more than hip width. Toes pointing slightly outward. Slightly outward. Not too broad a stance, just outside the hip width is good. Now, with your right fingertips, hold your left earlobe. Right fingertips, hold the left earlobe, catching the earlobe like this with your index finger and thumb. Earlobe, Rajiva, earlobe, yes. Left fingertips holding the right earlobe. Inhaling, bend halfway, sitting back in an imaginary chair, halfway. Sit back, inhaling, halfway. Exhaling, stand up, straight. 4 more rounds. Inhaling, bend halfway. Exhaling, standing up. Total 5 rounds. After completing 5 rounds, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now, if you felt comfortable bending halfway, or those who are feeling comfortable, you can go deeper in the next 5 rounds. Hold your left earlobe with your right hand, right earlobe with the left hand. Inhaling, bending halfway, and if you're comfortable, go further. Total 5 rounds. Go as far as you can comfortably. Exhaling, standing straight. Always inhaling, going down. Exhaling, standing straight. And knees are going toward where the toes are pointing to. Going sideways. Remember to inhale as you go down, exhale as you come up. After completing 5 rounds, release the arms. Take a deep breath, exhale. This is also called super brain yoga. This is something that we do if we are used to visiting temples. We used to do as children. We kind of forgotten how to do this. But it is a great way to balance the left and the right, up and down. And it is also a cardio. You can get your heart rate up by doing just few rounds. Front of the mat, Tadasana. Hope you're warm enough for a few rounds of Surya Namaskara practice. Take a deep breath, exhale. Tadasana and Namaskara. Diligence with attention. 3 rounds of Surya Namaskara at your own pace. Begin. If you are practicing on autopilot, out of habit, disengage the autopilot with this breath and consciously practicing Surya Namaskar. You consciously move your arms and legs and head and spine. No aggression. Diligence, increasing the attention, and attention, carefully increasing diligence, enabling increasing diligence. After completing 3 rounds, separate your feet comfortably, standing. Awareness to your breath and the flow of experience. 3 deep breaths. Forward bends are simply with respect to standing straight. You take the spine toward your thighs, or you bring the thighs toward your spine. It's considered a forward bend. So we will explore the various ways of taking spine toward thighs or thighs toward the spine. Do a few postures. First, let's approach Utkatasana. Feet hip width apart. Arms up, interlacing fingers, palms facing up. Inhale, exhaling, Bending your knees and sitting back in an imaginary chair behind you. Your spine and arms and head are in a line. You can have a soft gaze forward and down. Even weight on your feet. Bend as much as you're comfortable. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling up. Exhaling, release. Take a deep breath, exhale. So with this definition, you can note or notice forward bends in many, many postures that we practice, where the spine goes toward the thighs coming toward. In Surya Namaskara itself, we practice many forward bending postures. Feet hip width apart. Let's practice Ardha Uttanasana. Arms up, interlacing fingers. Inhale. Exhaling, bending forward, bring the upper body and the arms parallel to the ground as best as you can. Now, you can slightly bend the knees if that allows you to bring the upper body and arms parallel to the ground. Look at the back of your hands. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, coming up. Exhaling, release the arms. You might have felt a good amount of stretch on the back of your leg, from the heel, calf, back of your knee, thigh. And if you bend the knee a bit, you might have found relief. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front, all the way up. Arms all the way up, parallel to each other, palms facing front. But now keep the knee straight. Exhaling, bending forward as much as you can. Keep the knee straight, bend forward as much as you can. Allow the arms to hang loose down. Go all the way down, bend forward as much as you can, head down. Those of you who are able to reach the ground, that's okay. Others, you may not be able to, that is fine. Allow the arms to hang loose, head down. Head down. Keep the knees straight. Now you will feel intense stretch on the back of your leg. Now, as your arms are hanging loose, and if they have not reached the mat yet, your right fingertips or left fingertips may be further down toward the ground. You can see some of these imbalances as of now. Not to worry about, but just to note. And as you practice Hatha Yoga, all of these can get balanced. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Release the arms. As I was giving directions and instructions, you might have felt a good amount of stretch, but you also would have felt that you are reaching the ground a bit more. As you don't fight, struggle, you will find more freedom. The body knows it's a tremendous amount of intelligence. You shouldn't be fighting. You shouldn't be forcing, simply relaxing. Understand the posture. When I say keep the knee straight as much as you can, and then relax the entire rest of the body. Now let's explore forward bending a bit more. Arms up, all the way up, palms facing the front. Inhale, exhaling, bending fully forward like you did before. Keep the knee straight for now. And then hold the elbows. Right hand holding the left elbow, left hand holding the right elbow. Head completely relaxed. Now, bend your knees and take your elbows down toward the ground as much as you can. Bend the knees and take the elbows down. Keep holding the elbows, Rajiva. Keep holding the elbows and bend the knees and take your elbows down toward the mat as much as you can. Head down completely. Now, keeping the elbows where they are, see if you can straighten the knees as much as you can. Inhale, straighten the knees as much as you can. Exhaling, bending the knee and take the elbows as much closer to the ground as you can. Exhaling, bend the knees. Take the elbows down toward mat. Total 3 more rounds. Inhaling, straighten up the knee. Exhaling, bend the knees, taking the elbows down. Total 5 rounds. Inhaling, straighten the knee. Exhaling, bend the knee. After completing 5 rounds, hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Release arms. Forward bending postures can be deeply relaxing, especially if you don't fight with your own body. Take a deep breath in. A gentle counter posture. Place your palms on your lower back, fingers pointing down, elbows pointing back. Next inhalation, move your hips forward, chest forward, and look up and bending gently backward. Inhaling center. One more round. Next inhalation, move your hips forward, chest up, and look up, gently look forward and up. 5 deep breaths, hold the posture. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come on. Exhaling, release arms. Take a deep breath, exit. Now let us approach Prasaritha PAdha Uttana variation. Forward bending with feet separated. Prasaritha. broadly separated. Come to a broad stance. Feet 3 feet or 3.5 feet wide. And now your toes are automatically pointing outward. Consciously rotate your feet. So your toes are pointing directly forward. Hands on the waist. A simple side bend before we proceed. Inhale center, exhaling, bending toward your right wall. Bending toward your right wall. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your left shoulder. Now you can feel this part. You might feel the posture on your inner thighs also. Inhaling center. Next exhalation, bending toward the left wall and look over the right shoulder. Inhaling center. Take a deep breath, exhale. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. Inhale. Exhaling, bending halfway forward. You can bend the knees. Look at your thumbs. Bend halfway forward, look at your thumbs. You can bend the knees. Keep the back flat by bending the knees. Next exhalation, middle fingers reaching the ground. You can bend the knees as much as you need. Middle fingers reaching the ground away from your feet in the front. Bring even weight on your feet. You might have to take your seat bones just a bit back, but middle fingers are touching the ground. Head down. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on your waist. Inhaling, come on. Take a deep breath. Now we are going to go deeper in Prasaritha PAdha Uttana. I've been giving instructions with the bent knees. For now, bend the knees. I will finally give instructions for those who are comfortable. You can straighten the knees. Others, you can simply keep the knees bent. Arms up, parallel to each other. Inhale. Exhaling, bending forward. Bring your middle fingers down to the mat. You can bend the knees as much as you need to. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Now slowly walk your palms to bring them between the feet. Walk your palm, bend the knees enough to place the palms on the ground and bring the palms between your feet. Rajiva, you can bend your knees even more if you need to. Head down. Now, those who are comfortable, straighten the knees as much as you can. Head down. Prasaritha PAdha Uttana A variation. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands on the waist. Inhaling, come up. Bring your feet comfortably closer. Release the arms, stand up. Watch your breath. Forward bending, like whatever we've been practicing, are also inversions, as in the brain is below the heart. The peak of inversions, of course, is Sukasana, standing on the head. But you don't need to practice Sukasana for the benefits of inversion. You can start with forward bending. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now let us practice few seated forward bending. Sukasana. Sukasana itself is a forward bend. We are very familiar with this posture. Sukasana, where the thighs have come up from the point of view of standing straight. Palms up, eyes closed. Watch your breath. Take a deep breath. Gently open your eyes. Agni stambasana. Variations. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. Inhale, exhaling, bending forward, palms reaching the ground. Look at your thumbs and move your palms away from you as much as you can, and then head down. Your seat bones can come off the mat, not a problem. Head down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling up, exhaling, release the arms. Take a deep breath. Right foot on top, Ardha Padmasana, as best as you can. If you can bring your right foot on top of the left knee, bring the right foot on top of the left knee, not closer to your abdomen, but keep the left foot on top of the right knee, if you can, or simply place it on top of your right calf, wherever it is possible for you. If you can bring it on top of the right knee, right foot on top of the left knee, that's good. Arms up, parallel to each other, palms facing the front. Inhale, growing taller. Keeping the extended spine in place, exhaling, bend from the hips forward. Lean forward first and then bend further, palms reaching the ground. Look at your palms, move your palms away from you, and then finally head down. And this experience might be very different from Sukasana, forward bending. There are some parts of the body are active, being stretched, loaded. See if you can relax the rest of your body, allowing room for the active part of the body to be as fully activated. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling up. Exhaling. Release the arms. Release the legs. Shake your legs. Sukasana. You might feel stretch on the side of your legs, your glutes, or wherever the edges are. Ardha Uttanasana, left foot on top of the right knee. As much as you can, bring the left foot on top of the right knee. No aggression at all. And if you're not yet able to place your foot on top of the opposite knee, that's okay. This is a journey of discovery. And as we keep practicing, things change or not. We'll simply notice. Arms up, palms facing the front. Inhale, growing taller and keeping the extended spine. Bend, exhaling, bending from the hips, not from the spine. Bend from the hips forward. Place the palms on the mat. Look at the palms. Walk the palms away from you. And then finally head down. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, come up. Exhaling, release the arms, release the legs, shake your legs. Sukasana. Now, those who are comfortable with Padmasana, take your legs to Padmasana posture. Others simply stay in Sukasana. Those who are comfortable in Padmasana, come to Padmasana. Right foot on top of the left thigh, left foot on top of the right thigh. Arms up, palms facing the front. Inhale, growing taller. Exhaling, bending from the hips forward, palms reaching the mat. Hip bones even can come off the mat. Watch the palms, walk the palms away, head down. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, release the arms. Release the legs, shake your legs. Take a deep breath, exhale, Sukhasana. Place your palms behind you, shoulder width apart. A quick counter posture. Shoulder width apart, palms on the mat behind you. Next inhalation, bring the hips up, chest up, hips up. Look up. Hips up, chest up, knees down, going down toward the mat. Look up. Those who are comfortable, drop the head in the back. Consciously bring the chest further up and hip further up with the next inhalation. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the posture. Sukasana. Take a deep breath, exhale. Let's approach Paschimottanasana variation. This is one of the classic Hatha Yoga postures. We'll do some modification so we can access it. or learn to approach it. Take a deep breath. Straighten your legs to the front, Dandasana. Legs together, toes pointing up. Spine comfortably erect. Slightly bend the knees. Slightly bend the knees up. You drag your heels just a bit closer to you. Toes still pointing up. Toes are still pointing up. Your knees are bent. Arms up. Parallel to each other. Inhale, growing taller. Exhaling, bending from the hips forward, abdomen toward the thighs, arms reaching forward. Grab the big toes with your fingers. Grab the big toes with your fingers. Gaze at your big toes. Gazing, keep gazing at the big toes. Now, if you're keeping the abdomen connected with the thighs, always keep the abdomen connected with the thighs. Slowly walk your heels away from you as much as you can keep your abdomen connected with the thighs. And if the abdomen is separating from the thighs, stop there, head down. Paschimottanasana variation. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, release the arms, release the legs. Shake your legs. Take a deep breath, exhale. Now let's practice Paschimottanasana one more time. Those who are comfortable with the knees bent, you can move your heels away from you until the back of your knee reaches the ground all the way down. So your knees are straight. But it is more important to keep the abdomen connected with the thighs. So if the abdomen is separating from the thighs, stop there. It is okay. Even if the knees are not fully straight, that is okay. But all we are trying to get the thighs as close to the, spine as close to the thighs as we can. Keeping the spine as comfortably straight instead of bending the spine itself to get an illusion of bending forward. Sometimes we keep the spine, we round the spine, and then we reach forward. Instead of that, let's keep the spine straight, connect with the abdomen. Take a deep breath. Dandasana, legs together, toes pointing up. Slightly bend the knees. Arms up. Inhale, growing taller. Exhaling, bending forward. Connect your abdomen with the thighs, and then grab hold of the big toes. If you might have to bend your knees even further, if your abdomen is not connecting with your thighs, bend the knees more, that's all. But connect your abdomen with the thighs. Now, once you're comfortable here, slowly walk your heels away to the front and stop when your abdomen is no longer touching your thighs, and head down. 5 deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the posture. Relax. Take a deep breath. A quick counter posture, Purva Uttana. Bring your legs hip width apart. Bring your legs hip width apart, toes pointing up. Place your palms behind you, shoulder width apart. Inhaling, leveraging on your heels, lifting your hips up. Lift your hips up as much as you can. Look up. Bring the chest up, hips up. 5, Purvotana. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly release the hips down. Lie down on your back. Bring the legs together, feet relaxed, arms close to the body, palms facing down, normalizing the blood pressure. Hug your knees, rock back and forth. Side to side. Settle back down. Release your legs. Make any final movements necessary before surrendering in Shavasana. Rest your awareness on your abdomen as you let go of your body. Relax. Relax. If the mind wanders away, beginning, resting your awareness on your abdomen, watching each breath come and go. Uh, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti. Gently come out of Shanti and come to sitting. Take your time. Any meditative posture, eyes closed. Take your hands back. Inhale, growing taller. Exhale again, bending forward. Inhale. Release the arms, vigorously rubbing your palms together, generating heat. Massaging your closed eyes with your heated palms. Gently blink your eyes open. Namaste. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Have a good evening, good day ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Jay. Thank you so much.